Do you agree porn should be banned? No, I don't. I don't know. No, you shouldn't ban it, bro. I used to have problems with that addiction myself. Welcome to the club. We all have. Your brain is wired to want women, not on a screen. The reason you like the screen is because it looks like a woman. If the girl doesn't want to get married, you cannot force her. Oh, that sounds interesting. She has to want that man, but her dad needs to choose. Andrew Tate, right? Okay. Now, what do you mean? What's my opinion on him? I think that, he looks nice. Is he a prophet? No, I don't think he's a prophet. I don't think he's a hero either. Or just a legend. Yeah, I don't agree with any of that. Any of that whatsoever. If I have to give him gratitude for anything, it's coming in at the right time and marketing to the tits on a global issue that is quite serious, which is men's issues. So he came in at the right time, said just enough to influence a lot of young men, especially around the world. Played with their emotions a little bit in order to boost his credibility and his reach in the world. but there's a problem. There are quite few amount of problems. Andrew Tate made a good he got many men where I live to fix their life. Do you remember the conversation we were having yesterday about idols? And you were saying that you shouldn't idolize anybody. And my argument was, when we were originally arguing about idolizing a human being, that sometimes that can be beneficial. Because if you're a lazy, fat, idiot, useless piece of shit that has no social life, that's not going to be very good for you throughout life. And then Andrew Tate comes along and you start working out. You start getting women, you start socializing, in other words. That can lead to some beneficial things. Now, the caveat is when you take it a little bit further, you start to see some problems, quite a few problems. Yes, you shouldn't worship Andrew, but a mentor or father figure is not the same as a god or idol. I don't think you should look at him as a mentor or a father figure. You should never idolize him. The guy, okay. Okay, I'll sum it up with this, all right? Let's see if you guys get the hint. Let's see if you guys... Father figure, like the Father in the heavens? I thought so. These are all going to be clips, but I don't think I'm going to find the right one. Basically, there's a clip of him... Not a clip, it's throughout a whole video, where basically there was this kid who was like, idolized him. And said, you know what, you're exactly like, you know, you're so badass, you're in the mafia. Andrew Tate was taken back by that, he said. And then he thought about it and he was like, yeah, you know what? Cars, women, OnlyFans businesses. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm about as mafia as it gets, he says, so. And you can look this up on your own time or whatever. But the end of the story is basically, if you want to become a mafia, then you should probably follow Andrew Tate. If you want to do illegal activities in the world, then you should probably follow Andrew Tate. To imitate him. Now, if it's about just working out and he influences you enough to go and work out and stop being a fat, lazy bastard, then I guess that seems like a really good thing. And don't forget, this is all coming at what seemed to be the peak of feminism. and the Me Too movement and all of that stuff, where men were basically just treated like you're all toxic. This is everything that is associated with being a man is fucking toxic, which is not fucking helpful and is a problem in itself. That was a symptom of that movement, basically. And he comes along and basically says to men, you know what? Your life does suck. I was watching Dr. K the other day, and he was talking about this a little bit, which made a lot of sense. It resonated a lot with things that I think, which is like, what the fuck do you do when you're a man and you're struggling in life? You can't talk to anybody. You can't let your emotions out. The public tried to force us to do that, or told us it was okay to do that. Then when you do that, you're a fucking creep. You're a loser because men don't cry. But when you're a kid growing up, you watch movies and the badass is always the tough guy, the fucking strong guy, going at it. So what the fuck are you supposed to do? Like, anger was always equal to masculine in the movies, or at least anywhere associated. That's what women were going for. So it's like, if I try to be that, well, now I'm the bad guy, even though you glorify it when it's somebody else. So what the fuck's going on there? And so men were pretty confused at the time, and not at the time, building up over time. And then here comes this guy who, at first glance, you might think, damn, that's pretty fucking cool. Like, he's boosting men's morale. He's getting them to fucking pull their pants up, put their shoes on, get out there, do what's necessary, which is fucking awesome. I agree with all of those things. Like, you got to be tough. This is not an easy fucking world. It's cruel as shit. And if you're a little bunny, you're going to be taken advantage of. So you got to be tough. You got to be strong, which are all good things. But then when we start getting into women and how you should treat them like fucking shit and like bam in the face and all of this shit, we got issues. We start to have issues because that's not the world we live in. And frankly, I don't stand for that shit. I don't think you need to be a woman in order to, for her to follow you around. What did he do that was illegal? Well, he manipulated women into thinking that he loved them, or that he was going to take care of them in a, relationship-wise. And then when they finally came to him and he won them over with a lot of manipulation, self-admitted, he made them do OnlyFans. Or not made them, but he persuaded them into it's a good idea. And apart from the, what is it called? It's literal. There's a literal term for it. The lovers something. Persuasion of the lover or something. Yeah, you can't see the problem. There is no problem. But when you start including business into the matter, then somebody can argue that that was the intention all along. And it's a perfectly good intention when you have a record of multiple times of this happening. So you persuade women into thinking that you'll take care of them in a relationship status. Polyamorous, sure, I'll give it to you. They come to you, they live with you, they get this beautiful image of a good life and money and, being sexy, and they finally feel like they've got a place in society or whatever, these women. And then you open the discussion about OnlyFans. Like, this is literally poly business amorous. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, something like that. So then, they start to do OnlyFans, and it's really cool. They're making money, whatever. And then you tell them, like, I'll do your taxes for you. And in reality, though, I'm just taking a percentage of, of their money, because women are stupid, remember? They don't know how to do anything. And and they continue doing that, believing that they're in a relationship with you, when in reality, you're just taking advantage of them. There's a problem with that. So, yes, that's what he did illegal. So take it to the extreme and little extra tax. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just skimming a little bit off the top. Just a little bit. Not enough to be noticeable, but enough for you stupid fucking women to not understand because you're lazy and stupid. Yeah, so that's the problem. And all the treating women like shit, and women want, to be treated like shit and that. Well, now, I have a background of living in a tourist country where we have a lot of tourists come to our country, and I have quite a lot of experience when it comes to women and getting women to, not getting women, but, getting with women, consensually while they're on holiday, like they're not around their family, nobody knows them, they're more open to things and experiences than usually. And so I know how this goes, or the whole be an asshole to them and then they run after you. And at face value, it does work. It does. It's quite effective. But that's not what we're talking about, because then somebody can interpret that as that's the recipe for a good life, which is what they insinuate. Get bitches, Lambos, fucking be the boss, all of that good stuff. But in reality, that's just going to lead you down a path of hedonistic fucking... There's nothing wrong with being hedonistic. It's just in itself. It's just when you do it to the extreme level, it gets fucked up. Shit gets fucked up. Your moral compass gets fucked up. These women were following lust. That's it. If they actually think he loved them and didn't want money, they are idiots. Yeah, you can argue about that in court. He's trying his best to do that at court, and it's still going on. Would you rather have your son listed to this man or modern ideology? What modern ideology? You're going to have to be a little bit more specific. Lol, how did we end up with women? Yeah. Holy shit. Terraformer, bro. You realize he is religious. No one doesn't have random sex anymore. Yeah, but when you ask me about Andrew Tate's fucking an opinion about Andrew Tate, we all know what that insinuates. We're not talking about Andrew Tate now, where he's got his dick between his legs and he's like really quiet all of a sudden. We're talking about Andrew Tate, the time of Andrew Tate. That's what you're doing. So don't be pivoting. That shit don't work with me. None of that pivoting pussy ass bullshit with me. Doesn't work. Who is? Andrew. Imagine Tate goes full hedonistic and starts doing fentanyl in his Lambo. He still makes videos. That's fine, but he's not in the public eye anymore. And he's very quiet about things, especially when he says he's going to leave Romania and then says, I had no plans of that, even though he had a full conversation with fucking Aiden Ross or whatever the fuck, and that stupid little fuck up leaked that shit. Oh my god, bro. There's such tools. They are absolute fucking tools. Like, the red pill community. But the most stupid thing about it, while we're on the topic, business is rough. Business is cruel. Like, you want to argue about that. I don't like the lover's persuasion, all that bullshit. Because the original intent was to bring the women because they were going to have a life with him. They would be one of his girlfriends. And they were in an agreement about that. And he persuaded them into coming for those reasons. But after they came, then they got into a business relationship kind of thing. And then they were pushed to the side as a side bitch. And then they are resentful and they probably don't like you. But now they're in on this and they're making good money. So what are they going to do? They're going to stay for the business. So it's fucked up. Call it what you will. I didn't know it was illegal to manipulate women for OnlyFans. Yo, Xen, be careful, bro. Yo, be careful, bro, what you said, my guy. Holy shit. Yo, that is literally the definition of sex trafficking. Bro, what are you talking about? Yeah, it is illegal, bro. But if that is the case, OnlyFans should be no, because it's perfectly legal for a woman to decide to do OnlyFans. That's with her own intentions. You understand? There is nothing else in context to be considerated. That's not what happened, though, is it? Because it's manipulating desperate men. Yeah. Both men and women are responsible for OnlyFans. I ain't got a problem with OnlyFans. I think OnlyFans is much better than fucking... Alright, okay, yeah. I'm not going to get into that for now. We can continue that later. But on the point, this is one thing that really pisses me off, okay? The logic is, if you're an asshole to women, alright? If you're an asshole to women, you get women. Kind of true. For the initiation. Like, women don't like you going up to them and going, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so lovely. Oh, my God. I would like to go out with you. Please, will you go out? They don't like this shit, okay? That's true. You're coming on too fast, okay? You gotta be chilled. Stop being so desperate about this shit. Literally, like 4 billion women in the world. You'll be fine. It's a numbers game. So, you walk up and then you just like, whatever you want to initiate, okay. Keep your guard, you know your value, that's all cool. Agreed. Now, once you're in a relationship with that woman, if you decide to be, you can have as, and by the way, polyamorous insinuates that both are polyamorous. That's not what was going on. It's, I'm polyamorous. I'm the man, I'm the leader, I'm the fucking alpha. Do you hear me? I'm the fucking alpha. I get the fucking do whatever the hell I want. That's what this is. You don't get to do shit unless I tell you can do it. That's what that is, okay? In a kind of little bit more mellow way. Maybe I'm being a bit unhinged, but fine. Then the women, they're like, okay, you're the boss. I'll do what you want. And then they get into a relationship. Now, you get to fuck how many bitches you want, because they are bitches. Let's just be clear. The women that Andrew Tate dates are all bitches, mostly bitches. There's no respectable woman in there who respects herself and values herself. And so it's fine for a while. But then you have more girls and you're pleasuring more girls. Now, there are limits to how many women you can pleasure at the same time. Don't know the last time you checked, but we all have a dick, singular, okay? You can't be fucking 10 women at the same time. It doesn't work like that, trust me. I've tried a couple of them at the same time. Yeah, you might get away with like 2, maybe, if you know what you're doing. Anything more than that, you're gonna have to be jumping around like a fucking rabbit to the next, and keep going. It doesn't work, right? And that's just in the sexual sense. Now, women also need like an emotional level, and you just can't take care of them. It's physically, literally not possible. So eventually, what happens is they get tired of it, and then they want attention. They want love, they want care, they want attention. It can be in that negative light, as you say, like the whole, ooh, I'm the fucking boss, whatever. That's fine. I haven't got a problem with that. But you're not giving it to them. So what do? They cheat. Because in your eyes, that's cheating. I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. You're not. And we have plenty of data to support this. The only way it's going to work, if you want to fuck as many bitches as you want, they get to fuck as many tools as they want. Like, sorry guys, that's it. Anything else than that, unless it's some kind of religious thing where they're going to be persecuted and sent to fucking hell, like in Islam or some shit like that. I don't know the facts, okay? But yeah, they're just not going to. So this whole idea of being an alpha and they respect you because you're the alpha, and then they want you to have more women. This whole notion, like, I'm not going to tell you to just trust me. Like, we can go into it in detail some other time, I guess, and I can show you the data behind it, but it doesn't really work out, guys. Sorry. If you want to be an alpha, like, just, there's a level of respect there. Okay, so let me read some of these now. I don't think women who are so lustful they decide to let a man use them for money are more manipulated than man giving their money away because they're desperate for women. Do you not see the contradiction there? Andrew Tate brings them in with another goal in mind. The goal being love, care, you know, security, protection, all the things that a relationship provides you with. Then it's like, reel them in. Oh, we're going fishing. I'm going fishing. You understand? You put the hook down. The hook looks tasty, whatever. It's got some nice food on it, some nice grub. Like, come here, girl. Come on. You can do it. And once they're catch, reel them bitches up. You get the problem. Now, the thing with OnlyFans is there's no hook. It's just like you throw the fucking food in the water. Bro, like your analogies are out of this world. Your moral compass needs a little bit of adjusting. Both are abusing lust for money. Okay, manipulation, abuse, 2 words. You're going to have to learn to use them correctly. So, are they being manipulated? No, because they are told you pay, you get sexual video content. You pay, you get sexual video content. The other one, you come, you get love, protection, security. You're my bitch. I rule the world. All of these cool things. You come, you get OnlyFans. The different things. That's manipulation. You have an ulterior motive. Abuse is like, you know that this is not healthy for average men, yet you continue to do it. There is a moral argument to be made there. There are arguments on the other side, though. I won't get into them right now because we're on a topic. Let's stay on it. Sex trafficking is human trafficking. Okay, no. Sex trafficking is trafficking for the specific person for sex. Either put them in prostitution, to make them do OnlyFans, all of that kind of stuff. Human trafficking is for like slavery. It's like you bring them in, it's like the Africans into America and whenever the fuck that happened. 2 different things, okay? So they're not the same thing. For the purpose of sexual exploitation. I hope we agree on this, but it has been called a form of modern slavery because of the way victims are forced into sexual acts non-consensually in a form of sexual slavery. Yes, sexual trafficking. Human trafficking is something different. Start with a human-sized bag. That's not the same as emotional manipulation for nudes. No, it's not. Blah, blah, blah. In Islam, heaven, men can have 4 wives. Women can have 1 husband. Yeah, that's a problem. You've got to be careful with that one. 2 or 3 at least. It says, this is heaven, you have plenty of dicks. Yeah, let's go. Islam, get me up to fucking Allah or whatever. I'll fuck 3 bitches at the same time. Let's fucking go, bro. I'll be based as shit. Like, all of that shit. Yeah, let's go. You're advocating for banning porn. Yes, he is. He's done that before. Like, he's done that. He doesn't like porn. He's on the side of we should ban porn. And, yeah. Yes, but those men on OnlyFans are following lust. And their lust is meant for a relationship. Porn in itself. Meant for a relationship. Porn in itself is exploitation of men. Yes, but those men on OnlyFans are... Women on OnlyFans, I guess, are following lust and then... Oh, no, sorry. Men on OnlyFans are following lust and then lust. When do I have time to eat? And is now. When do you want to? You're hungry? Yeah, then maybe 1 2 hours. Okay? You're not hungry, no? Because you're exploiting their biological attraction for something that is not real. Yeah, but those men on OnlyFans are following their lust, and their lust is meant for a relationship. Porn in itself is exploitation of men. Okay, that's an argument against porn. And prostitution, yeah, I want all porn gone. Yeah, you see, he doesn't like porn. I know that. I know my boy Xen. He's like, fuck that porn shit. Get that shit out of here. Yes, and it should be banned. Your deleted account is on the roll. We've got some extremists in chat. Yo, based. My boys are based. Fuck that porn shit. Get that shit out of here. Yeah, that's fine. Would it be a liberation in some way? Would it be a liberation in some way? I don't know what we're talking about anymore. I think it's about porn. That's fine. Would it be a liberation in some way? Oh, for the men, I guess. Yeah, in some sense, that's a good argument. Ruski? No, I'm Greek, but I do live in Russia. Do you agree porn should be banned? No, I don't. I don't know. No, you shouldn't ban it, bro. I used to have problems with that addiction myself. Welcome to the club. We all have. Yeah. We don't know the result. Good man. I like telephone. Fuck that. The data doesn't exist yet. We don't know. Yes. Good man. The data does not exist. Porn has not existed long enough and been watched and monitored. Data collected. We analyze the data. We come up with an answer. We don't. The data's not there yet. Okay. At least not in the vast amount that it has been possible. Since like through the internet. Like if you're including like porn mags, like I don't know why you would delete those. Like everybody loves going to the mechanic shop and there's a fucking naked woman on the wall. Don't argue with me. You all love that shit. You can sort your fucking mental bullshit out, throw it out the window. I have zero interest for that. We all agree. Like porn mags were the shit, bro. I remember going to school and like taking my Playboy Mansion like magazine to school, and we used to sit in the back of the school with my boys, and I used to show them them big old titties. Yeah, we loved that shit. That shit. I remember when I was a little kid. Like, listen to this, okay? I remember when I was a little kid in school, and I was about 6-7 years old, and I didn't have a single book in my bag because I always hated school. From the very first day I went, I remember the first day I told my granddad to come and pick me up because I threw a shoe at the teacher. Anyway, 6-7 years old, right? And I go to the library with my boys and we open up the encyclopedia. And inside of the encyclopedia, right? Encyclopedia, like a fat ass book, heavy as shit. There's one page. And I've narrowed my vision onto it. And this book is magical from this moment forward. So magical that I take it out of the library and I carry it with me for the next fucking year. The book is overdue. I need to return it, but I don't. The reason for that is because there is a naked woman in this book. There's a naked woman in this book. Yeah, and I carried that shit around with me for like a year, bro. That shit was dope. Thanks, Socrates, he says. YouTube watch. Right, I'm hoping this is not a penis, okay? I'm hoping this is not a penis. I've had to... Whoa, Xen, bro, my mod is woke. Have you forgotten? What is all of this shit, bro? Like, you understand that my bot my mod is like woke as shit, bro. It doesn't like your words. You have to be careful, okay? No, bro, just watch the YouTube video. Yeah, okay, it's a cock. I know. It's a beautiful fucking cock. It's a big black fucking... His mod is trans. Yes, my mod is trans. It is LGBTQ. No, I swear. Yo, I don't believe you, bro. Not even for a fucking second. That is a big old cock. But I'll give you the same deal. Actually, no, I can't. I don't know you, right? If you're here for the next couple of days, and I'll give you a chance, and I'll click on your link. But you've got to earn it. Or Like, who is it? Deleted account. If you're still here and you click on that link, I'll trust you. And Xen gives me links. They're usually about Islam, but fine, I'll trust you. But guys, you got to watch it from the start until the end, huh? And make sure there's no dicks in it. If there's dicks, it's okay, bro. Watch it from the start until the end. Make sure that volume is on. No worries. Deleted account. Okay, we got this. Deleted account, got my back. That's my reporter right there. That is my reporter. He knows his shit, bro. Like, deleted account, always got my back. All right, what are we watching now? I don't even know what we're watching. Hagwallah! I'm probably going to make fun of some form of religion right now. It's not because I'm racist. I'm just reading the words of the thing, okay? Deleted account. I have no idea what they're promoting right now. I could be promoting ISIS. I have no idea. Could literally just say like death to all white people right there, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm promoting it. What the fuck is my mod doing? Held a message for reason misogyny. Deleted a cunt. I swear to God, if I don't get banned from Twitch, I don't know what's wrong. There's no way. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You don't have to like Islam to like that drifting, bro. Oh. I'm gonna start saying Hawallah. That's, yeah, I don't think I'm shooting. All right, yeah, that's pretty dope, not gonna lie. Oh my God. Holy shit. But S001, you have my trust, okay? Until you break it. The moment you break it, you will never have my trust again. But I trust you now, okay? Respect. No cock. No cock. Even if I don't, I won't. Okay, too fast. They're practicing to run over them. By the way, just so you know, music is haram. So oh my God. So they're not the true Arabs. They're not the true Islams. They're listening to music, bro. That shit's haram. Musical instruments are banned. Them jihadis on fire, bro. Yeah, they are on fire. They know what they're doing. Only singing. Oh, okay. So you can sing, but yeah, that thing that goes with singing. Nope, we don't like that. Did owning a money to an Albanian gangster inspire hit to become a mini? Where is this shit, bro? I have to find it. I have to find it. Andrew Tate is part of the mafia. Oh, here we go. I think this is it. Allahu Akbar.
The other day, I got a message on Instagram, and it was from a young 17-year-old, and he said, "I'll do anything. I want to be mafia like you. Can we work together?" And I sat there and I said to Tristan, "Why does everyone think we're mafia? We're not mafia. Like, we don't run around with machine guns. I mean, obviously we have guns. Our house is full of machetes. Are we mafia?" Anyway, I don't think I'm mafia. So I said to Tristan, "Look, we're not mafia." And Tristan goes, "Yes, we are." I said, "Why?" He goes, "We're two huge fighting brothers with women naked on the internet who own casinos, who drive around Bucharest, Romania in over $2 million worth of fucking supercars. Everyone's afraid of us. And if anyone did piss us off at any point, even if we didn't want to fuck them up ourselves, we can make one phone call and they'd either be in a ditch or lose their any right to stay here. They'd have some visa issue and get kicked out the country, or arrested for no reason."
Andrew Tate became Muslim, by the way, so he for sure does not do this stuff.
And putting himself in
I think he does this shit more now.
So I guess I'm mafia. I didn't mean to be. So I was saying,
yeah, I didn't mean to be. It was an accident, bro.
Never intended on
shit
being
just
an organized
happens.
criminal. How do you end up being mafia? And I've concluded that if you are competent in every single sphere, you're going to be viewed as mafia.
This is wait a minute, Andrew, brother. Let's rewind that, bro.
Ourselves, we can make one phone call and they'd either be in a ditch or lose their any right to stay here, they'd have some visa issue and get kicked out the country, or arrested for no reason and put in a jail cell for months at a time. We are basically as mafia as you can get.
Okay, we are basically as mafia as you can get.
As mafia. If you're a big, strong, every single sphere, you're going to be viewed as mafia.
You're going to be viewed as mafia. There's a bit of a contradiction there. We're about as mafia as it gets. You're going to be viewed as mafia. Now, anybody spot the difference? Can I become a physician mafia and put someone in a ditch too? I don't know what physician mafia does, but they sound very intelligent. I don't know. I don't know that question. I think, hi, are you mafia? No, I'm not mafia. I think it means he is like mafia, but doesn't actually do crime. Just has that life. No, that's not the difference. Anybody else? Can anybody else spot the difference? Come on, boys. You can do this. Remember, we practice this. We put our biases to the side. No. Okay, telephone. Right. Okay, bro. You've just joined, all right? I'll cut you some slack, okay? But send and deleted account. You guys have no excuse right now. You've been here long enough to understand what's going on here. And I don't think the thing he did with those women is I think it's legal if he doesn't force them. Okay, all right. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree. Okay, so okay. The difference, boys, my guys. The difference is this one. No, I mean by law, no. yes, that specific one. Yes.
Because yes, we are.
No, legally.
I said, "Why?" He goes, "We're two huge who drive around $2 million worth of supercars of us. And if anyone did piss us off at any point, come up ourselves, one phone call, and they'd be in a ditch or lose their any right to stay here. They'd have some visa issue and get kicked out the country, or arrested for no reason and put in a jail cell for months at a time. We are basically as mafia as you can get."
We are basically as mafia as you can get. So that basically means we are mafia, okay? In the most general sense, okay? Now, do I think that's his admission that he is mafia? No, I think he's like overplaying his role. So I agree with you guys. Don't think he's mafia. But I think if you were to, from his words, he's saying that There is no difference between me and the mafia, except I haven't killed anyone yet. So he's saying if anybody did, we could. As far as we know. As far as we know. Now, here, what he says next.
Strong, smart, rich, you're going to be viewed as mafia.
You're going to be viewed as mafia. Those two things are very different. One means we are mafia. The other one means that people interpret them as mafia, meaning that we are not actually mafia. It's just your eyes don't work. Your eyes are looking at us and they're seeing mafia, but in reality, we're not mafia. And then literally 5 seconds ago, he says, we're basically as mafia as you can get. So there is a big difference there. And Andrew Tate did this all the fucking time, where it's, I'm not this, it's just you look at me that way. I might be this, but you're looking at me like that. And people hear that and they think conspiracy. They think the news outlets are out to get me. They think governments want to mute me. They want to block me. They want to ban me. That's what every Andrew Tate follower hears, okay? When they hear these words. It's a good manipulating tactic, okay? So get with it. No, but if they didn't, right? So my mod is banning everything apparently. Okay, not really. All right. So no. No more it is. But no, do scammers force you? That's a good point. No, but they didn't get scammed. They literally got scammed. They literally. That if you want to call it anything else, you don't like sex trafficking, you don't like any of that, they got scammed. What does it mean to get scammed? You are persuaded into believing something is like this, but in reality, it's like that. They were persuaded into thinking it's a relationship. In reality, it was a business deal. Relationship, business. Relationship, business. Porn. Relationship, business. Okay, I think we get the point. All right. Didn't get scammed into OnlyFans. It's not like they pressed a shady site and got put on OnlyFans. They filmed it. No, but they heard the voice of Andrew. Okay, what is wrong with having cars and money? There is nothing wrong. I wish you all the cars and money in the world. I love cars too, and I love money. The only difference is the way I go about earning my money is different. I don't choose to manipulate women into believing that we will have a relationship when in reality, I'm just persuading them into becoming my business partner as an OnlyFans so I can take advantage of them through their fucking taxes. Oh yeah, and the 40% that I take of their earnings. Oh yeah, not to mention the fucking Hustlers University. Don't even get me started on that. So, this is the problem. Oh, come on. Be nice towards ladies, he says. Your mod believes in communism. Yeah, fuck my mod. We agree on that. We totally agree on that. Fuck my mod. My mod is a pain in the ass. Your mod wants to change gender 20 times a day. Your mod has a weekly gender review. Your mind doesn't think porn. Your mind thinks women, but in reality, it's porn. Bro, your mind thinks family and you get addiction. No, bro. No. My mind thinks pussy. My mind thinks pussy, electronical pussy on the screen. That's what my mind thinks. And so I click the button and I navigate towards that pussy like a fucking rabid dog. That's what happens, bro. There's no family association there. I'm not going to start fucking my computer anytime soon. I think GTA 4 and you get prison. Yeah, something like that. Something like that, yeah. Something totally like that.
If you're a big, strong, smart, rich guy who's super...
Okay, there's nothing wrong with being big, smart, strong, rich. All of those things are amazing. The problem is being a mafia. The problem is sex trafficking. The problem is, okay, if you don't want to call it sex trafficking, even though that's what it is, clear, cut, and dry, it is scamming, casinos, and then more scamming and manipulation. Like, there's a few problems.
Super well connected. How can you not be mafia? How can you not be when everyone wants to know you? Exactly. Who doesn't want to know the kickboxing world champion walks into the club with 20 big booty cuties? Everyone wants to know me. The mafia want to know me. So I don't need to be mafia if all my friends are mafia. This is my point. So I replied to him and said, I gave him a job. I gave him a task. I said I wanted 100 emails for 100 days to tell me why he would be a good member of my mafia. That was the task I gave him. And this is a very important lesson you're going to learn about people. I got 6 emails, and that was it. He said he'd do anything. He said he'd do anything to be in the mafia. I didn't even ask him to shoot nobody. All he had to do was send me fucking emails, and his stupid ass didn't do it. Because everybody wants the success, everybody likes the idea of being something, but no one wants to do the work. We already know this. But the reason I'm telling this story is because he actually taught me something. I never really saw myself as mafia. I saw myself as Andrew Tate, a guy you don't fuck with. But now I've accepted I am mafia because when I'm pushing my drop-top Lambo around Bucharest, Romania, and everyone knows me and everyone knows just to leave me the fuck alone, I guess I'm just going to have to accept I've reached a level of competence and brilliance that I'm basically an organized criminal.
That wording, man. That wording. Do you actually believe, like the lizard brain in your head wants pixels on a stream and a hand around your penis? Or do you think that's emulating something that leads to reproduction and is scamming you? I do believe that. I do actually believe that. I believe my brain wants the pixels on the screen. And there is no association with that. Do you know why? Do you know why I say that? Because when I want to fuck and I want to reproduce, I go and find a physical, living woman, if I'm single, and she wants to as well. And we have intercourse in order to reproduce. I don't. Yeah, it's. You still know it's emulation. That's why you feel like shit afterwards. And you want it back. Oh, telephone's onto something, yo. Zen, you've been watching too much porn, bro. Yes, and those women knew it's OnlyFans, but their emotions said something else. Your brain is wired to want women, not on a screen. The reason you like the screen is because it looks like a woman. Okay, that's different. Okay, looking like a woman, perceivable as a woman, is a lot different than my mind believing it is a woman. Okay. No, Zen's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's been here for like 3 days. He's challenging himself. He's not very good face. So even if you prove him wrong, he will never admit it. But I like the guy because he's very funny, and he's made me laugh a couple of times. Yeah, he's good shit. Your brain is wired to want women, not a screen. Yeah, not the screen. The reason you like the screen is because it looks like. You inherited a medieval age brain. A part of your brain believes there's a woman. There's different parts. I'm telling you, he's an absolute legend. Zen is on fire. He's based as shit. There's conscious, and below that, subconscious. Okay, I'm being an asshole now, but yeah. Okay, so the point is, okay, The reason why, serious conversation, the reason why it's not connected to reproduction is because we do not value reproduction the same as we used to. We do not value it in the same light. At least the Western world does. I can speak for the Western world. I can't speak for the East nations or, like Russia, China. I have no idea what you guys are thinking. But the Western world, we do not associate pleasure with reproduction anymore. And the reason we know that is, well, because we have ways to avoid reproduction. That's one point, meaning that if you can prevent reproduction with a pill, it's pretty easy. It's not that difficult. Or with a condom. Then we can already come to the conclusion that not everybody wants to reproduce. Not everybody. In fact, a lot of people don't want to reproduce. Now, you can argue that the condom's use, okay, its original creation was to avoid things like STDs, okay, for the most part. And I can agree with that. I can give you that. But then what about contraception? Why does contraception exist? Why do we have this in the world as a choice? I know you don't like it and I know you're against it. But at the same time, it exists. It exists for a reason, because there are human beings out there who do not value reproduction to the highest value as it used to be. And so we value pleasure, what you call lust, a lot higher than most things. I would not be surprised if it is at the top of our priorities in the world now, because we have data points to look at. Things like TikTok, things like, people don't invest in the future as much as the previous generations did. We want things now, snappy. This is the dopamine effect. This is, you're always chasing dopamine. Pleasure. This is not associated with a long-term investment or something, or purpose or meaning. Things like family, things like having children, which I do value personally. But on a global scale, that's just not the case. So therefore, we can assume that when people watch porn, it can simply be for a dopamine effect. The same as you watch TikTok. The same as you probably got some underlying issues that you do not want to face. You've got something that you should be doing, but you don't want to be doing. You're probably upset at that moment, or something has happened, and you're now trying to make yourself feel better, because dopamine does that. It has that effect on human beings. Same fucking principles as in any type of addiction or any type of drug. In fact, there's quite a correlation there. So no, I don't think there is a connection there anymore. Consciously you identify it as not a woman. Yes, I agree with telephone. Then it's not the same. Yeah. If you really thought it was the same, you would be happy in front of porn all day. But it makes you depressed because Western values go against biology, and that's wrong. No. I will clear cut explain to you what happens and why why you get depressed. Okay? I'm going to explain to you the science of this now. All right? What happens? It's very common. I've been through this. Many people have been through this. And we will continue to go through this, okay? So this is how the frontal cortex, whatever you call it, the fucking medulla oblongata, whatever the fuck you call it. There's a part of our brain which is in charge of happiness, okay? Let's just call it that. And the way this works is a healthy brain would have goal, okay? Goal. You reach the goal equals happy. Now, to reach the goal, there are a lot of elements and a lot of things that are required to reach that happiness, okay? And the bigger the goal, the more happiness, okay? Now, what happens when you are playing with dopamine, okay? Because dopamine is not, it's not a goal. It's not something you aim for. It's not something you desire in life, okay? It's not a goal, okay? What playing games, watching porn, these are fun activities to do if you keep them healthy in a healthy, balanced way. Most people can't do that. And it's very common nowadays. So what happens is this, okay? Every time you play a game, every time you watch porn, every time you do drugs, this line comes to this. You know why? Because life becomes interesting. Where the mundane activities of life were boring, now they can be fun. I can have drugs. I can watch porn. It'll make things better. So it increases. At that level goes now up. So now you are required to maintain this level. But in reality, your natural state is actually this. So every time you watch porn, this increases. But this is the physiological, natural level of satisfaction, of happiness, of fulfillment. And there are a lot of components to what is required to maintain this line, okay? The problem, though, is this is the baseline. So you cannot go below this, all right? This is neutral. When that line is lifted, this is what happens, okay? You come to here because you have watched porn, all right? So you're elevated. You come back to net zero. This is what your brain perceives as now neutral, okay? Sorry, you can go below this, my mistake. And you go even above it sometimes. You watch new porn. You watch a new thing. It's kind of disgusting. It's fucking taboo. It's horrible. But you're excited. You're fucking lustful. Whatever. Okay? What happens though? When it finishes, you go all the way down to here. But this is hell now because this was your baseline. This is your baseline. Now that you know that these things exist. You know that as long as I continue to watch porn, or your mind thinks, as long as I continue to watch porn, as long as I continue to do drugs, my happiness level is here now. It's improved. But in reality, you're always going to come down to the base again. And that's why, and then it comes to here again, because you're doing drugs, and this is what happens. And then your baseline elevates to here, because now you're watching new porn, or you're doing a harder drug. And now you go to here. And then you're coming all the way back down again. So the highs, okay? The highs, this is the high. Because remember, this is the base. This is where you came. But when you go down, it's like +1, but then -2. And that's why going up always feels amazing during that moment. Once it's over, the way down is a lot fucking higher than the way you came up. That's the way it works. So this is the problem that it creates within the mind. Okay. So what those women consciously knew, it is OnlyFans, but their emotions to Andrew is why they did it. So what those women consciously knew, it is OnlyFans. Nope. What they consciously knew was emotions, was affection, was protection. These were the things they knew. It was not OnlyFans. After they gave Andrew what he wanted, after Andrew gave them what they wanted, Andrew then changed what he wanted to be something different. This does not apply. Is why they did it. No. They did it because they were convinced that they were going to get a relationship. But in fact, what they got was OnlyFans. Now, they stayed because of the money. So you need to be able to look at those things separately. It makes you depressed because you didn't have sex. You really thought it was the same, you would be happy in front of porn all day, but it makes you depressed because Western values go against biology, and that's wrong. It makes you depressed because you didn't have sex. No, it makes you depressed because of this. This is what makes you depressed. These are your mood swings, okay? There's nothing wrong with porn itself, okay? But what porn does is it behaves like an addiction. And what happens with addictions is you're always looking for that first high. How you felt the first time you got high. How you felt the first time you watched some type of porn, whatever. You're always chasing that because that will be the peak of your thing. But you will never ever get it again because you've already experienced it. So now you're going to something more extreme and then more extreme and then more extreme. That's why you have quite often people going from one drug to a harder drug to a harder drug to a harder drug, and then eventually ending up at the hardest drug. And the problem is the way down is always going to be a lot more. So you're earning less than what you're getting less than what you gave. Okay, that's the problem. You're always going to be in this scheme, how to say, this situation, and that to our minds equals bad, a state of bad. Because if I'm giving all the time, but I'm getting like half the amount, that equals something not okay in life. And that's why our minds bring us back to reality and say, hey, something's not okay here. That triggers depression. That triggers emotional responses. You understand how that works? Yeah. Yeah, but after sex, the fall isn't that steep. Sex is normal because sex is a goal. Sex is not perceiving reality to be better than what it is. Sex is sex. So, goal. But the problem is, sex can also be an addiction. So be careful with that. Sex can also be an addiction. And I know this very well. When you are having sex just for the sex purpose, okay, for no other purpose, there's no emotions involved. You're just fucking on a daily basis different women. What happens is you get into the same thing. The fact that you can sleep with different women every single day, you know it. You had too much sex. Yes, when I was a teenager, like after the age of 18 until the age of about 25. But again, there was circumstances. It's not like I'm some kind of magical being. I have good qualities, but I just grew up in an environment where that kind of stuff was like, it happened. What can I say? It's a tourist place. So yeah, it's a lot easier for me to have these kinds of experiences. But I didn't have any real relationships. 25, you transition to what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. I had a real life awakening experience. Exactly. That's why we should ban porn. Bravo. Because it is manipulative. Bravo. Okay, that's fine. That's a good argument. But there are arguments against that. And that's why we shouldn't ban porn. Well, okay, I haven't given the reasoning. So, yeah, there are arguments against that. But yes, it does trigger you an addiction. But the problem is that not always. Again, it's a thing. You can use it how you want. I can use this to light a cigarette, or I can use this to burn a fucking forest. It all depends on how I use it. Porn has benefits. If you use it on occasions, you're using it out of curiosity, it can have its purposes in life. Just we tend to use it for very, try to subside things, try to put things down, push things down because we don't want to face them. So as a teenager, you should have gotten married to a woman and have had sex with that woman, not porn. No, fuck that shit. I disagree with that. Absolutely. Don't care what type of meaning there is behind it. No fucking way. As a teenager, you should be fucking like a rabbit. Exactly what I did. I have no regrets. It got too much for me, and that's what brought me to the realization that this doesn't really have value, and I don't even want to hook up with any random girls anymore because I'm tired of this shit. It never goes anywhere. It's like satisfaction ends, satisfaction ends, satisfaction, and it just doesn't lead anywhere. It doesn't progress into something bigger. It doesn't have meaning. It doesn't have purpose. That's a problem with endless, meaningless sex. This is the problem with it. So I don't agree with this bullshit. Get married to one woman and have sex. No, go out, experience, figure what your dick can do, live your life, and then you're 25, 28. We don't live in a world where people need to be having popping babies out every fucking millisecond. It's fine. We're 9 billion people. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. At least for the next 50, 100 years. Then we can start focusing on impregnating women. Oh, an argument would be that it relieves people. Yes, good. Bravo. Very simple. It can be a relief. The same how drugs can be a relief. If you're smoking weed on Saturday with your friends, and that's it. That's it, though. That's it. It's just a fun thing you do, and you don't really have a need for it. You don't want to smoke it again. You just don't care. You go about your life. It's just something you do on a Saturday. Or when you go on holiday or something like that. As long as you keep it and it's like a reward for you. You've worked hard this week and you've earned this. As long as there's a healthy balance to it, then it's perfectly normal. And if you want that to be porn, fine. I can think of better things. You should probably replace the porn, the weed, with like, I don't know, like going on a date with a woman or something. I don't know. Something that could, even that thing, that experience could lead to an overall like an increase. Because if you smoke weed every Saturday, it's just like, yeah, that could increase your social capabilities, blah, blah, blah. But what if you were to go and play basketball with your friend? Well, in 10 years from now, if you just play one time every fucking Saturday as your, the thing that you reward yourself with, well, in 10 years, that could also lead to you being able to play like really good basketball. Like, you get what I mean? But that's like you're min-maxing at that point. Like, just like, it's fine. Just like have something as a reward. So you want to reward yourself. It's good to reward yourself, but you have to work for that reward. The problem with dopamine is the reward comes before any work is involved. There's no work involved with porn. There's no work involved with, which this could lead to one of Zen's argument, which is you are getting instant satisfaction. But again, it's not really the sex thing. Our minds don't perceive it as sex. It just perceives it as reward. That's how our brains understand it. And so, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, but there's a distinction there, bro. Like, I'm like, yes, but it's about the reward. That's what matters. It's not about the sex. It's not about perceiving it as women or any of that stuff. But it's about like reward. Like, it's a reward. Porn is a reward for what? What did you do? As long as you did something for that reward, fine. What do you have against marriage that would be healthy? I don't have anything in particular against marriage, but to me, marriage means something significant. And I think you should be in a place where you have experience behind you in order to make the type of decision that is required before you get married. I don't think marriage is just this thing that you do at some age. That, to me, like, it just doesn't make sense. I think there's a huge fucking meaning behind it. And you have to be really careful before you get married. At least that's my thing, because you're committing to a relationship for life. It's probably something you should be really sure about before you actually get into it. And at the age of 18, I didn't even know what I fucking wanted to eat that night, let alone if I wanted to spend the rest of my life with a single person. Now, at the age of 25, though, after I had fucked a whole lot of women and done a whole lot of crazy shit in my life, I was at a point in my life where I was like, this is not about want anymore. This is about need. Can't deal with that shit. I've seen the negative side effects of it. It's not leading me anywhere. It's just leading me down a path of never ending, just like up, down, up, down, up, down. It never leads anywhere. It doesn't lead to progress. But at the age of 18, I was not in the fucking right mind to be able to make it. Now, you can argue that some people are like that at the age of 18. Then fine. For them, it might be better for them to do that. There's not one answer. But in general, most people, we need to experience things before we are capable of understanding the severity of them. How to explain it? Well, I think it's 1-2 in Britain. I wish I got fed up of sex. I wish I got fed up of sex. Well, if you have enough of it, you probably will. But then it'll come back and you'll want more sex. Don't worry. It doesn't last forever. Ban drugs, ban alcohol, bro, you just want to go back to the fucking medieval times, the prehistoric times. Ban prostitute, ban sex, ban marriage, ban smoke. You're more extremist than them to drug after. Thank you a lot. No, he's fine. He's chilling. What about pork? I think you know. Of course, ban as well. Zen's based this shit. You should try gammon before having an opinion. Ooh. I think I'm hoping that means gammon, or what I think of as gammon. Because gammon's pretty dope. Jamon, what the fuck is that? I have to look this up. If it's pork, like ooh, that looks good, baby. I love me some jamon. It's Spanish pork. Yeah, I like me some jamon, whatever the hell that is. You find a woman you think is good as I'm hoping that says as a wife, instead of ass wife. Good ass wife. You marry here. And then you stick with her till you die. That's how it works. If it's hard, then you work on it. I agree with that philosophy. I'm just saying that at the age of the 18, we're kind of flippy floppy on things. Kind of, most of the time. Most 18-year-olds are pretty flippy floppy. Yeah, I want to study engineering. No, actually, you know what? I actually want to be a programmer. Because times change, things change. When you're 18, you have an okay grasp on life, but you understand that things are shifting, so therefore you want to shift too. It's natural for you to be pivoting, pity, you know, like leaning. You don't know where you stand in reality. And try your best. Don't just leave her because of some issues. I agree with that. Marriage is very fucking difficult. You have problems all the fucking time. And I know about this because I've been married for 2 years. So it's very difficult. When you have a problem, you face it. You don't run away from it. You don't ignore it and hope that it goes away. You deal with your issues. Yes. Your parents can help with finding a good woman. Zen, bro, you like my arch enemy, bro. Do you understand this? You are like my arch enemy. No. Your parents are the worst people to find you a good woman. Okay, maybe not the worst, but they're up there. Like, no. You are your own human being. You know what is good for you and what is bad for you. And the problem at the age of 18 is you can't make that decision. Does that mean somebody else should make that decision for you or help you make that? No, it just means you're probably not yet smart enough, wise enough, not cooked enough yet to be taken out of the oven. The oven being the pool, the ocean of relationships. You're not there yet. You shouldn't be taken out of the oven. No. You're the one spending the rest of your life with that person, not your parents. So how the fuck do they know what is best for you? They could be right about some things, but guess what? They're probably going to be wrong about other things. You are the only person who can understand that. And until you're ready, I recommend you don't do it. Spanish pork. 16 is a good age for marriage, I'd say. And maybe a bit older for men because of work. Okay, we just disagree. I've explained my logic to why that is, but yeah. At the age you are ready for it, no. You're not ready for anything at the age of 16. We don't let people fucking drive, drink, do anything at the age of 16. Not even fucking vote for who the next president is, even though nothing will change. So, what happens after all the wife annoyance once you die? I dated a Moroccan girl who escaped from forced marriage. Ooh, poor girl. Yeah. Ooh. If the girl doesn't want to get married, you cannot force her. Ooh, that sounds interesting. She has to want that man, but her dad needs to. Oh, damn it. Zen, bro. Like either you're gonna get banned first, or I'm gonna get banned from this website. There's no way one of us is getting banned, or both of us are, because the girl can make a bad choice. I'll go to the toilet. Be right back. Dad needs to make sure. What? Is he the one who's gonna fuck him? Is he? Needs to choose it because the girl can make a bad choice. The dad needs to make sure. Do you think that is wrong? Yeah, I do think that's wrong. Entirely and utterly wrong. Yeah. Massive Mace calls Diddy's homes getting raided by his home getting raided by home for sex trafficking, the big payback, and says it's amazing that all that transpired on the anniversary of Biggie's album Life After Death.
He says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
Instant is going off.
When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You go.
Keyword, it's for her own good. This is the problem here. I don't have the problem with asking or not asking, but telling the dad, out of respect, I want your daughter's hand in marriage. It is the dad, he's raised her. I understand from a level of respect. But even in the case that he refuses, I still believe that if you feel like it's the right thing and she believes it's the right thing, then you should go ahead and do it anyway. Because you're adults. Again, you're adults. The whole idea of her dad choosing and helping her and guiding her and all of this, if she's 16 and that's normal, then yeah, probably the dad should have something. But I don't see that marrying before the age of 18, I mean, for God's sake, I don't know why I said that. If there's like this promiscuous man who just wants to have sex with her and use her, and what is the dad? A mind reader? Like, and what if he reads him wrong? Like, it's possible that you will see somebody, you won't like how they look or whatever, but in reality, they're actually a genuine human being. And then leave. Wouldn't you agree if the father says she can't marry her? I don't. He can't marry. Yeah, I don't. I don't think the dad or the parents have any say in it. What happens at 18? What actually changes something? Just like Western ways of life. Like we can't drive, we can't drink, we can't do anything before the age of 18, basically. So why the hell would we make a decision that's going to affect the rest of our lives? Men better than teenage women. Yeah, but you're insinuating that she's under the age of 18. But let's just say, in good faith, that you're saying that she is 18. Men do know men better, but to a certain extent. Again, she's the one who's going to spend the rest of her life with him. So why not 17 or 19 or 16? Anything above 18. Again, my premise is based upon the fact that in, my type of life or in the Western world, we can't do anything before the age of 18. Now, why is that? Well, there's quite a lot of science behind it, meaning that by the age of 18, our bodies have already adapted to a certain extent. We still carry on growing, but by that point, our brains are developed enough in order to comprehend life better. Higher you go, the better that understanding becomes. And I'm pretty sure there's more to it than that, but I haven't gone into the details of why 18 is the age. I've just sounds reasonable to me. I haven't got, but to your point, I haven't gone into the data of why it is that 18 is the magical number. Yeah, it's from from that standpoint, 18 seems reasonable to me. But why? I can imagine it has to do something with our development. Women go through puberty earlier than men, true, but they keep adapting until they're 21. Should women marry at 16 and men at 18? No. I think that personally, okay, not just personally, I recommend this to in general, is that you go out and experience life. Do not rush with the kinds of decisions that are going to affect your future, long future, possibly even life. You know, if you're really committed to a marriage, then yes, that does insinuate life. So yeah, I don't think anybody at the age of even 18 is capable of making a decision that will affect their life. This is not the 1960s, 1950s, where we used to make these fucking decisions and the parents were involved most of the time, and people married for like different reasons. But the idea was that divorcing is such a taboo subject in the world during those times. And so getting married is like, whether this person is bad or good, you are sticking with them until the day you die. Now, I don't agree on that premise. I don't think that's a logical thing to do. But yeah, don't want a woman who has who, as you say, experienced life. I want a virgin woman. That bad to you? Wanting a virgin, I mean, you're allowed your own preference, but if you recommend, if this is a personal thing to you, like you just, I don't know, you want to marry a virgin, that's just what you want to do. What is your reasoning for that? I can imagine it's got something to do with purity and not wanting her to be quote unquote spoiled as it is portrayed in things like religion. On a personal level, if that's something that's important to you, then I think you can have a right to that. But I don't see the arguments of why it makes a difference. But again, we're probably going to disagree on this. Imagine thinking about your wife. I don't thinking about that. I don't think about that. It's not. It doesn't concern me to that extent. Now, would I want to, thinking about my wife having sex after I'm married? Yeah, obviously fucking not. I'm not that liberal. If that's what liberalism is, in your eyes at least it is. So no, I'm not to that extent. But before me, it's like, yeah, there are good reasons why you should go out and experience life. Imagine thinking about having sex with another man. Doesn't that disgust you? No, it doesn't. What's the difference if she does it now or before? No man fucked her either way. I mean, good point. That is the point of people who are in open relationships, or that is a point that they make, which is like, what's the difference before we're married or after we're married? Well, to me, a marriage is a commitment. So we are making a decision, a type of contract between each other, mutual contract that we are going to be loyal to each other, and therefore, to me personally, that feels right. So I don't want to have that kind of thought, the idea that my wife is sleeping around. That doesn't seem like something I would want to deal with in my life. But before me, it's before me. I used to fuck a lot before I got married. Should she not be a concern? There's a good reason why that's actually beneficial, because I'm experienced. And, well, she's had some experience too. So, experience in sex, then you have sex, and, well, yeah, the sex is better. Because guess what? Fucking a virgin is probably not the best thing in the world. So their logic is she ruined anyways. That sounds bad. Another man fucked her either way. So their logic is she is ruined anyways. That sounds bad. Why don't they go for a virgin? You can learn how to do it together. Okay. So yeah. So what is the difference between before and after? Well, before the contract is stated, then there was not a contract to begin with. So it's not a mutual agreement. It's like, you didn't know me and I didn't know you. there is nothing there that changes after a woman except for blood when you pop her cherry. Like, that's like the only difference. Like, they're less experienced, so they're shit in bed. They probably are immature when it comes to, and they're kind of frigid. Okay, I'm making a lot of assumptions here now, which probably don't really stand. But again, the only real difference, like the vagina does not change shape from how many fucking sex partners she's had, so that doesn't change. What else is there? There's nothing there that affects me. But again, that could be an argument for what's the difference before and after. So even if you are married and she sleeps around, would that affect you? I mean, again, nothing changes. But again, the contract is in place. So that's what we decided, to make a contract, to be loyal to each other and not do that, because we prefer that. I don't care about a contract. I don't like another penis inside my woman. That's all. That's fine. I get that. But again, yeah, I don't know where that comes from, but personally, I don't really pay attention to that. I've never thought about that or care about that, to be honest. I love my wife and my wife loves me. What happened before she met me and what happened before I met her, it's like, as long as she didn't kill nobody or fucking shit like that, it's like, why would I? So if you have a woman you are married with, you wouldn't care if she had sex before? Well, no, because that is my case. I am married and she wasn't a virgin when I married her. So yeah, that is literally my case. Yeah, and for millions of people out in the world as well. We just don't, bro. It just seems kind of immature to me. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it otherwise, but it doesn't seem like there's anything that changes there before and after. Like if she has sex or doesn't have sex, the only difference is she's less experienced in bed. What is the difference? There's no ruining of sorts or anything. It's just like, oh, I'm not going to see blood the first time I have sex with her. To me, that seems like a positive. That's not really a kink of mine. So apart from that, I don't really see another difference. Now, if we're talking about her having sex after we get married, well, then no, because there's a contract in place. That contract means something to me. I want to grow old with that person. I want to see that person evolve. I want to experience life together with that person. And in order to do that with her and to be on good terms and not have any distinct problems between us, we probably shouldn't be, or we decide not to do that. Another man has been in her heart. That is disgusting to me. But I'd agree after the marriage it is worse. Of course it's worse. That's cheating. That's infidelity. That's not okay. That's betraying the trust of your partner because you have made an agreement between them. And that's the same thing can be said for like relationships to a certain extent, just worse when it's marriage. So yeah, cheating is not okay for me. I don't like cheating of any sorts. But the whole idea of her somehow being spoiled because she had sex before me, it doesn't trigger any nerves inside my head. I don't know where this comes from for some people. I guess it could come from a place of insecurity. I guess. I'm just guessing though. I'm not an expert on this, but probably does. It seems immature. I don't know. It's not like she killed someone before we got married and then now it's like, what? Because she had sex before she got married, after we get married, she continues to want sex? Yeah, we have sex. So what is it? What, she needs to have sex with other people just because she had sex with somebody else before me, has sex with me? Does that correlate with her wanting to have sex with other people? Not as far as we know. So but can we agree if the father can choose to deny the marriages of his daughter, then the end result will be happier marriages? No. Absolutely not. In fact, I would argue the opposite. I think that if the father has any say within whether you get married or not, is probably going to lead to worse results, not better results. I just don't like that idea. Your father is your father. He is an individual who knows what is best for himself, has a certain understanding what is good for his daughter, and can probably guide her and help her and whatever. In a limited way. She's an adult. She can make her own decisions. She's perfectly capable. At least she should be by now. And if she's not, you probably fucked up somewhere along the way. But yeah. You don't like the idea of the father choosing, but in reality, men know other men better, and women nowadays make bad choices. Your premise comes from a place of ignorance and immaturity. Like, honestly, like, both of those statements are not place for general discussion. Like, if you just go anywhere and you mention these things, people are going to not want to talk to you because that is total fucking bullshit. And yes, I am a man, okay? But let's just say the father is inexperienced with women, okay? Let's just say that. He's inexperienced. He's only ever had one wife. And his experience as a man is he's a good man, he takes care of his wife, he respects her, he's loyal to her, blah, 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 but he's never had any other women in his life. How the fuck can he tell whether another guy who's meeting his daughter he's going to assume, because that's the only experience he has, he's going to probably think that that boy is the same as him. So it's like, but again, it's like in his surroundings, he would have obviously met bad people in his life. So what? Is he supposed to be able to tell if the boy is a good match for his daughter? You know what kind of decision that is? What kind of responsibility falls on his shoulders? It's a weight that he cannot hold or carry. Because what happens if 30 years down the line, he beats, rapes his wife? Meaning, okay, in your eyes, maybe rape is impossible or you're married. In my eyes, it totally is, because if she doesn't want it and you fuck her, it's rape. It's grape in a video game, sorry. Then that could, then what? It's all on his shoulders. For what? If she had made the decision, then at least she can take responsibility for it. You got into this. I don't get why this seems like a good idea to you. I think this comes from a place of somebody told you that that's the way it is without any logical reason behind it. It just seems like, the men know each other. Men in my school, all women were being used and they were sharing their nudes in WhatsApp. And so what? They were being used. They're stupid. They're young. They're ignorant. They're naive. They're being taken advantage of. Welcome to the real world. Should it happen? Morally? Probably not. Does it happen? I guess so. As long as they're not being raped when they're young, then I guess that will give them enough experience. As long as the being used is just like guys taking the piss out of them and shit like that, then maybe that will give them enough experience in life to not be able to be full on with guys. Sharing their nudes, I can guess that could lead to humiliation of some sorts, and then that could teach them that, oh, I share my nudes with random guys, they make fun of me. Fun of me equals bad. Probably don't want to do that again. Like, it seems like that's just part of life. It's life experience. Same like for guys. You go and you ask a girl out, she says no, you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, I don't want nothing to do with you. Then you know, okay, this girl, probably not good. Humiliation, bad. I should probably try a different approach next time. Or maybe I should lose some weight first. Maybe then it will change something. It just seems like a part of life. Because he grew up with other men around him. That's fine. That doesn't mean what is he, a mind reader? Is he a telepath? Can he see the future? Like, what is this logic? What is the father? Some kind of saint or God that he's able to perceive this human being, whether they will be a good match for his daughter or not? No, they can have like some idea. They can be like, hey, I had experience. I see the same look in his eyes as I had when I was a kid. And you know what? I slept around a lot. So that could be a helpful like thing to the daughter. But at the same time, if she in her heart believes that that's the best match for her, then she should go ahead and do that. The idea is let your children go after they're grown up. They're adults. They need to go out and experience life and make their own mistakes and learn from their mistakes and evolve and adapt. Like, how is she going to do that if her dad's making the decisions for her? It's like, oh, he is a horrible husband. Dad chose him for me. So what? Dad's guilty. I did nothing wrong. Like, what is this logic? It doesn't make sense to me. And he is male, so he thinks like a man. Yeah, but not like all men or other men or even that singular man that's standing in front of him. He thinks like himself. Not all men think the same. Women are, and the fact that women make bad decisions. Everybody makes bad decisions when we're young. The older you get, the more experience you have through life, the better your decision making will become. The father can say no. He can say all the fuck he wants, but he doesn't get a say when it comes to what actually happens throughout life. What the fuck is he going to do if you decide to get married? Now, I don't know of any religious countries or whatever, what laws there are in place, but as long as it's not fucking illegal, he can shout and scream all he wants. As long as you're willing to suffer the consequences of your dad being pissed off at you for not listening to him, then that just seems like, again, a part of life. It doesn't seem like it makes any difference whether he says no or yes. Better if he says yes. You have his blessing, or he's with you, he supports you with your decision. That's cool. But if you're never allowed to make your own decisions, then you're never going to learn. You're never going to grow. It seems fucking stupid to me. Exactly. They're stupid and young. Yeah. That's why my advice is don't get married at 16 or 18. You probably need to wait until you have enough experience or whenever it is you feel you're ready, which you probably want to give it a couple of years after the age of 18. Before you probably want to wait a couple of years before you're ready to make those kinds of decisions. Yeah, so you're arguing on my behalf now. They're young and they're stupid. Yeah, we make mistakes. Hopefully those mistakes don't lead to death or trauma that lasts our lifetime. So it's like, don't get married at the age of 18 and definitely not at the age of fucking 16. Can you hear me now, bro? Maybe your volume. My mic now is like spiking into the red. Like I can't put it any more up. If I do that, do you hear me now, bro? Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, loud. Yeah, I can't put it louder, bro. I don't know what it is I'm supposed to do. Hello, 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 hello. I mean, that's better. Hello? Wait, is this affecting everything? Ooh, that's very loud. Go now. Oh, so it's better now. Okay, so Dad didn't choose him. Dad approved. Yes, but the dad gets to choose who he approves. That's the problem. So he does choose. It's the same. It goes 1 and 1. You can choose him and him and him. But as long as your dad doesn't say yes, then you don't get to choose him or him or him. Your dad gets to choose in your scenario. So there's a problem. I don't believe in this experimenting stuff. Make a choice. The parents help you and make it work. We're going to the age of the Wild West. Parents help you and make it work. There is no perfect match, but there are wrong matches. If I can prove to you, I doubt you can, but yeah, you can try if you want, that the choices of a father and the daughter together works better than the daughter alone, that's not what you're arguing for. That's not what you're arguing for. You're arguing that the dad gets the last say. So, daughter chooses husband, okay? Or potential husband. Father accepts or denies, which is the say of the daughter, and that no, it's not. It's not. They're not making a decision together. And he shouldn't be involved in the decision making. That's my point. I think that's a recipe for disaster. Because we grow up and we are let out of the nest, metaphorically speaking. I'm giving you an argument. So the whole idea of life is we get to try different things, make mistakes, fail miserably, learn from our mistakes, and evolve. Now, if our parents never let us do that because they get a say in our decision making, then we can never make our own decisions. Therefore, we never allowed to make mistakes. Therefore, we never learn from our mistakes. Therefore, we do not evolve. Therefore, we do not grow. We stay children. Because if something bad happens and your dad makes the decision, then you blame the dad. Or that is the logical response. That is my argument. Or you grow up, learn, get married to a man your father approves of. Now you're making a different argument because now you're saying grow up. I don't know what grow up means. Are you saying 16 again? And make it work instead of getting used like all your life and then end up. Lexi? One second. Конечно. Jag får bandoffla. Yeah, no. No, you don't blame the... Okay, so I'll answer this and then I'm going to go and get some dinner and I'll be back later on. But yeah, a whole life and then end up with cats. God, you're so based. I love this guy. Oh my God. Yeah, holy shit. No, you don't blame the dad because the dad didn't choose. He just didn't stop you. Not stopping you is also choosing, by the way. Or stopping you. He has that choice. So your hypothetical is she's grown up, which doesn't agree with your original position, which she was 16, okay, which is your logical age. And second of all, he does choose. If your dad could choose, it easy. You can't say no. That's not how it works. If your dad could choose it, easy. You can't say no. That's not how it works. Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You get to choose, like, oh, I want to date this guy, or I want to date this guy, or this guy. And then your dad says, okay, so you say, okay, I decide I want to be with this guy. And then your dad says, no. How do I have a choice in that? I chose this guy, but you said no. So you're taking my decision making away from me. You're saying it's not allowed. It's forbidden. It's haram. Okay? Listen to me. And then you say, okay, fine. I want this guy. And then he says, no, you can't have that guy either. And you're like, oh, okay. So there is no logical reason to it. It's just he's saying no, right? Because he feels or he thinks. Now, he can never know the future. He can never know if this person will turn out good or bad. He can have his theories all he wants. But as long as he can't see the future, then he doesn't know. And then you say, oh, actually, you know what? I understand. I want this guy. And he turns out to be a sex offender. So it's just like, okay, so I wanted this guy originally. You said no. I wanted this guy. Then you said no. Then I chose this guy. And you said yes. He's a sex offender. Who's guilty? Am I guilty? I wanted this guy originally. And maybe even this guy after. But then you decided I was going to get this guy. And he ended up being a sex offender. Fuck you, Dad. He's guilty. That's not how it works. In Western countries, parents can choose whether or not their kids take a yoga class, but not if they get married to a gangster. Do you hear how dumb that is? Not the woman or that. He is guilty, not the woman or that. All right, bro.